the Big Ten Network. It's a great organization, and we appreciate all you guys do.
We start 184. Quentin Wright will go up against Kevin Steinhaus. Steinhaus, an upstart freshman who is doing a nice job for Minnesota, up against Quentin Wright, an All-American 2 years ago, 2009, redshirted last year. And so this should be a pretty good match right here, Andrew.
Yeah, Steinhaus is very solid. He stepped right into the Minnesota lineup, made an immediate impact. There's a nice takedown.
You mentioned solid. That's why Quentin Wright can't do that to him.
Yeah. And you've got in this match, you've got Steinhaus rated number 9 and Wright rated number 13, and it's kind of an interesting ranking given the fact that Wright's been an All-American before. But
yeah, Wright struggled a little bit recently. He battled a shoulder injury this season, and he's not really wrestling at the level that he has been wrestling in the past. But he's tough. He's a dangerous wrestler. He's a big move wrestler. So you can never get complacent when you're wrestling him because...
Well, he really kind of came on the scene late his freshman year.
He did, yeah.
Big Ten championships and then followed up with an All-American performance. And so he really hadn't been a consistent wrestler to that point.
Yeah, he went through some struggles that freshman year.
And you saw the referee give a 2 count right there. That's good wrestling. All Steinhaus so far. He's coming back, and I think that might have been the same technique, but he...
Yeah, he's very tough on top.
Did he give him 2 more? Yeah, he did. It looked to me like he didn't change it, the technique, but now Steinhaus is right back on in a scoring situation.
6-0. Steinhaus from Penn, Minnesota, Kirkhoven, Murdoch, Sunberg High School. And he is redshirted last year, and now he's in the lineup doing some damage.
Well, you see that we've seen this side tilt work really all meet, mainly for the Lions here when David Taylor was wrestling, but he's pretty much working off the 2-on-1, loaded up the hips and got the shoulders turned. You see the range that Wright has.
Less than a minute left in the first period. Kevin Steinhaus, the freshman, one of the best freshmen in the nation, out in front of Quentin Wright, an All-American 2 years ago for Penn State.
You see again, I love this action right here where he's working on the wrist. Wright trying to roll through, look for the big move. And
one escape for Wright, the 13th ranked 184-pounder in the nation, according to Intermat rankings. The owner of Intermat, our guest, Andrew Hips. And Andrew, you're from this area, right?
I'm from this area, yep. I grew up outside of Minneapolis, and then I attended Iowa State University.
Well, then you and my broadcast partner's got a lot in common. Of course, Jim Gibbons, my broadcast partner, national champion wrestler and coach. 2 Cyclone sitting next to me.
Hey, we come from one of those schools that obviously feeds the world. Okay?
There you go.
There you go. Agriculture major. So, tell you what, I've been impressed with Steinhaus's first period here. He's really gotten after it. When you're watching a match like this in front of a television audience, you've got 13th rank. Are you rooting for the guy that you have higher ranked?
I have to stay neutral.
Nobody, but you pay attention to every match that's going on. Is that a weekly now ranking that you put out at this time of the season, Andrew?
Yeah, every Tuesday morning, new rankings come out.
Well, with more wrestling and being on TV with the addition of the Big Ten Network here, it makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it? You get to see some of these matches, and you see a 6-5 score and somebody scored a 5-point move at the end. You may not be able to know the difference between the type of wrestling that went on. So seeing a lot of this action on TV and on the internet makes a difference.
Yeah, certainly.
Tell you what.
Steinhaus is a smart wrestler. He's just got to stay out of dangerous positions.
Well, and this would be a pretty tough position to get out of here, because you see that low ankle shot here by Wright. Again, if you look at the action here, pretty good job by Steinhaus
Very
looked
good
like
job by Steinhaus.
You don't see many guys get out of that low ankle shot like that. He's locked around the chest pretty well. And the nice thing that, tell you what, did a nice job of delaying that action. We've seen quick stalemates called all year, so a consistent call right there really bailed out Steinhaus. But he's got to get on the shot, back on his own shot here to reserve this potential major that's going on.
Quentin Wright out of Wingate, Pennsylvania, Bald Eagle Area High School, an All-American 2 years ago, redshirted last year, and takedown for Kevin Steinhaus.
That was sweet. That's pretty wrestling right there. Came in on a shot, nice little limp arm. And you can see where Quentin Wright wants to be dangerous. He likes those overhook positions. And he had it with that whizzer there. Able to limp through.
We're out now. Here we go.
Wright struggling as
here's the replay. First duck comes to the other side, which is great. Now he has that arm around the waist, and watch him limp out right there, just like a wet noodle. No pressure, and locks around and challenges the roll, keeps his head up.
Hold one.
Some great wrestling.
Set.
2 years ago, Quentin Wright came on at the Big Ten tournament and then became an All-American. Struggling lately, he trails now. There's Mike Steinhaus, Kevin's dad. Got a smile on his face. The match is still going on. That's always a good sign.
He said, woo-wee, mama, that was sweet.
Set. Take it.
Even Steinhaus has a smile on his face. Quentin Wright going through a tough period. He lost a couple of weeks ago to Grant Gambro from Iowa and then dropped a decision to Tony Delago of Illinois, Pennsylvania Prep. And he gave up a reversal as time expired to lose. So it's a tough stretch for Quentin Wright, but he knows when it's time to step up because he's already proved it 2 years ago.
Well, he's a guy that wrestles well with the lead. You know, he's a front runner and been able to get some big moves when he's had those big matches and does a good job of riding himself. But when Steinhaus got the early lead, along with the back points that went along with that, it really makes it tough for him to come back, because then you're always going big move, and you know, you got to try to surprise guys when that occurs.
Before we have our special guest leave, Andrew Hips, think about the Big Tens and even the NCAAs. Talk to us about what you think might happen.
This year it's exciting. I mean, there's so many teams that are going to be in contention at the NCAA tournament. The Big Ten, as always, is loaded. Michigan was wrestling Iowa today, another great dual meet. But every weight class is just so strong, and it's going to be an exciting NCAAs, exciting Big Tens coming up in a few weeks.
You know, we've got a situation now where a couple teams, Cornell, even Boise State, and of course these, you know, Penn State moving up through the ranks. I mean, there are a lot of teams that we haven't seen before. You know, they've kind of been around and maybe perhaps taken trophies home, but got an opportunity to win national titles here. It's pretty exciting for wrestling.
Certainly, yeah. Cornell and Penn State, and even Boise State has a great team. They're a team that's going to be in the mix. I think people are kind of sleeping on them, but they've got some horses.
Andrew Hips, thanks for what you do for wrestling, for Intermat, the service. It's a great service. It makes things exciting, and we appreciate all you do for our sport, and thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you, guys.
Kevin Steinhaus, big major decision. Woo! That was workmanlike and impressive. Mike Steinhaus, happy there. And 4 more points for Minnesota. And now it's a 1-point meet. Penn State 15, Minnesota 14 as we head to 196.